Oh well, I'm recording this at the same time, so I might as well just get started. Yeah, that's the... There we go. So, let's see, Twitch... No. My usual screen name. It's going to be career. I'm going to go to difficulty. I'm going to allow that, not allow that, not allow that, and not allow that. Okay, so missing crew members don't come back. People die, they're dead. Quick loading is not allowed. Granted, I'm using a thing that gives me simulations, so I shouldn't fuck it up. And there we go. No stock vessels, no nothing like that. Re-entry heat, the usual. And allow reverting flights. Accept. And we're going to pick our flag, because I got a flag that I want to use. There we go. Poland on the moon. Start. Cancel. The YouTube space program. Boof. Because this will be up on YouTube anyway. Yep, I already got that. We're going to choose a preset. We're going to set this to real low tech. Save. And we're going to spend these upgrades, because I'm using a bunch of mods, and one of them is the Kerbal construction thing. So every launch, this thing's got to be reset back up. Things have to be built. And to me, it really adds a lot of extra... Well, it adds better flow. We're going to have default. And then... yeah, the usual rates. TAC Life Support. Everything should be default, because that's easy enough. I'm going to go to here. Let's see what contracts we have. We'll do that one. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. Okay. That's a lot of money. For no effort. Yes, indeed. Alrighty, indeed. So let's build our first vessel. Yeah, got it. Okay. As you build parts, this thing will tell you how long it will take to build, 3 hours, 33 minutes, and so on. And let's get this thing done here. Just lop an engine onto it. Boof. So this thing will take 1 day, 3 hours, 37 minutes, 9 seconds to build. I like how they put it down to the seconds. What we're going to do is hit this. We're going to build the vessel, and now it's been added. So we leave. Save and continue. There we go. And we can click on here, go to the VAB. We see we've got this untitled spacecraft building, because I forgot to give it a name. Well, we don't want to actually sit around and wait the 1 day, 3 hours, 36 minutes for it to build. Warp to complete. And it'll be a night launch, I guess. And then... stop the warp. There we go. And the Kerbal alarm clock is working as intended. Roll out, and now has rollout times 2. Easy enough to get through. But what we're going to do is take advantage of the insanely easy to do contract. Launch. Launch. And we'll get 64 grand without even leaving the launch pad. Crew report. Can I actually transmit it? Nope. And I'm just going to take advantage of the really quick and easy money. And wait for it to load again. I have this on a solid-state drive, and it still takes a little bit of time to load. But there we go. And we go back to parts. Got our money back from that. And had immediately done a contract worth $61,441 without even leaving the launch pad. And because we didn't even leave the launch pad, we don't have to rebuild the launch pad. And going back out again, because I forgot to do something. We got two things that we need to do. One, we need to open a bunch of stuff up, which will be easy enough. Go to there. Go to here. Oh, they're already owned. Okay, so research and research. Now with this, it also adds that it takes time to unlock these two tech fields. So that you gotta wait for that, which isn't too bad. I think it actually makes you think more, because if you got two options, you go to here, you can go to tech, and you can warp to it being finished, or you can keep going. And since you're stuck at the lower tech level for longer, it kind of really forces you to figure out how to get the most out of what you got, which I think is actually kind of nifty, because it makes you think more about how you're going to do what you need to do with what you already have, if you don't want to have to wait. But if you just want to wait, you just hit warp and it's already there. We're going to edit this. Go back into the VAB. Go to Science. Mystery Goo. Put 2 Mystery Goo containers on here. Change this as the Basic Rocket Mark 1. Save the edits. And okay, so goody. That's now under construction. It'll take 2 days. So we warp. Warp. Warping. Eventually we'll be able to not have to do this stuff. I can start building things while other stuff is on transit. So we don't have to wait for just this. We'll roll it out. Warp to completion. Go to here real quick. We're going to grab this contract to escape the atmosphere. That thing is still not quite there. Close. That means the thing's out. Launch. Fill all. Fill. Launch. And the loading screen takes a few seconds. Now, I forgot to set up the staging in the VAB, so we're going to set our staging up now. There we go. Turn on SAS. Go, Jeb. Goody. So when we hit our peak altitude, I'm going to observe the Mystery Goo. When we get to peak altitude... fine, we'll do it right now. Observe the Mystery Goo. We got some science from that. Speed up things. Hit the parachute. And we bring her down. Oh god. Oh my god! Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Yay! We didn't kill Jeb already. That's a good sign. Okay, and we've landed. Bing. Grab Mystery Goo observation. Mystery Goo seems bored. We go back to here. Click on that. And recover the active vessel. I'm also using the Kerbal Space Program Chatterer mod. So it adds some extra background sound. There we go. Now our science is at 17. Done. Let's go to here and grab this contract. And then we can go to here. These are still being researched and they're not unlocked yet. So we got science saved up for when we can get to these. And general rocketry costs 20. So what else can we do with this little tiny craft? Well, there's a few things we can still do. Let's go into here. What other components do we have? Basically nothing. Okay, brilliant. Not a complete loss. Not by any means. Just means we don't have that much we can do with it. So, close, 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 close. We now have 172,000, which is a very good start. Warp to completion. We can do one more mission effectively. Okay, back to the VAB. I want you to roll that out. Size limit exceeded? How does that happen? It still shouldn't be much of anything at all. Yeah, it's not even like we got a monstrosity here. Get rid of the waste. I can fill it with waste. Oh, that's brilliant. Fill everything back up again. Just to be sure. Save the edits. Not sure why it's complaining. Oh, the rocket's too heavy. The rocket's too heavy. Of course, I could add more boosters. I might try doing that. Okay, so they're reconditioning the launch pad, so we're going to warp to that. The rocket's ready to roll out. Roll out. Warp to completion. And then when that is done, we're going to launch over the ocean. Launch. Fill everything. Launch. So yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but it does add... It's not like you're going from no tech to tier 3 or something in the course of the same day. So this is slower, yes, but more progressive and adds a sense to the flow of time. Okay, so this will send us over the ocean, which is where I want to go. Because I can get more science if I land in the ocean and EVA and take the mystery goo observations from there. Let's speed time up a little bit. Start dropping. Hit the parachute. There we go. We'll be able to observe the mystery goo in the water. I'm still scared of the time acceleration breaking the parachute. We touch down. And there we go. We grab observing mystery goo. Some more science. We EVA. We drop into the water. A little bit more science. We climb back onto the rocket, which could be a little bit difficult here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get on. Whee! He's diving. Come on. You can climb onto that thing. Whee! There. Up, up, up. Come on, come on. If I keep doing it enough, it'll work. Ah, he's underwater again. I'm just getting tinking noises. That's all I'm getting. Of course, I can just do this. Recover the active vessel. Whoa! This is new. Let's see if this broke. So that did not break. Are there no vessels to recover? Nope, there's still something to recover here. Got it, thank you. I want to recover you. Okay, so I got the science, and there are no errors at the moment. That is good. But by the same token, it didn't really work because of the weird little funky thing. And as such, that no longer shows up in the VAB. Oh, well, it's reconditioning that, but it no longer shows up the science of that vessel. So let's make something stupid. Throw all these engines on. And then we're going to go to utility and throw all the parachutes on. Let's see how high we can get with just this alone. I'll add a couple of stages. You will go there. And your counterpart here, which is right there, will go here. And we're going to add another stage. It has those 4 that I want. We'll put those there. Add another stage, take these engines, put them there. Crazy rocket. Do we have anything to transmit data with? No, we don't. Throw these things onto here as well. We're still good on parts and mass. Yeah, we're not going to really get that far, are we? So, build the vessel. Not even going to bother running a simulation. I know I've got enough parachutes on it. We're going to throw a Jeb on in. And leave. Save and continue. Now what we should have it in the assembly bay. There we go. And warp to the completion of that. Let's see here. Then we'll take that and we warp to the completion of that. And, oh, stop warp. Warp to the completion of that. Not the engineering tech. Oh, but that will be finished before the engineering tech is. Huh. Let's see, what do we have for upgrades? Close alarm. Now we got 1 build point per second. Basic rocket will be done in a really long time. Okay. So in the meantime, what we can do is go to the science bay. We'll purchase all of those. Purchase all of those. We have 27 science, so we'll start researching the advanced rocketry. That'll take me 20 days. I'm still going to run this mission for the heck of it. Not sure why it doesn't take much money to rush it. Why that's taking so long. And come on, finish, 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 finish. That thing took forever for reasons I do not know. I'm just curious what I can do with Tier 1. We'll roll that out. Takes it forever. No, roll out. Warp to completion. And once we get there, we stop the warp. And there we go. We launch. Fill all. Fill. Launch. And now with Tier 2, I know I can get into space. And that'll be the next thing we'll do, is a spacefaring rocket. Whee! Not really that impressive, was it? That was a lot of work for something that kind of sucked. And that got us a little bit of science, I suppose. Got us to 6,000 feet. Wasn't even a new altitude record or a new speed record. Kinda sucked. Whoop. Not sure why you completely flipped over. Oh well. Deploy all the parachutes. This sucker's gonna land upside down. That's kind of funny. There we go. We got it to flip over. A lot of parachutes. A lot of parachutes. Start bringing this sucker down. Full time warp. No time warp for the landing itself, just in case. And ding. And we'll do an EVA. EVA report. Apparently we're flying. Board. And recover the active vessel. And then we're going to build something that I know can make it to orbit. Not orbit, but at least to space. 16 science for that. If I'm correct, I can go to here. And this requires 15 science. And we could really use that side mount parachute to recover parts. So that'll be 15 days for that thing. Sadly, I don't. This doesn't really move. It's kind of stuck right there on the screen. But this allows me to configure what buttons I've got available. Whether they're visible up there or not, how they're displayed, and so on. We just did that. So we're going to build a new vessel. Get rid of you. I'm going to grab you. We're going to grab... Where is it? The parachute, of course. Then we're going to grab... 2 of these. Again, 1 of these. A stack decoupler, which we're going to mount to there. And the Communicatron 16, which we're going to put right there. I'll grab some fuel tanks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to throw this engine onto here. And then we're going to go to aerodynamics. And throw those fins on. We're going to go to here, go to the engines, grab that. After putting a stack decoupler on there, we're going to grab that. We shouldn't go overweight. Grab another stack decoupler. Grab more of these fins. We might kind of get to the parts limit. Put that on there. Grab this. Put these on. Grab these. Put those there. Put those here. And we're going to throw some parachutes onto that. These parachutes will probably tear off. Too many parts, no parachutes. We have exactly 30 parts, and we're 1 ton over the weight limit. And we got Jeb in there already. Very good, very good. Okay. We're going to do this. I already know that we can take this, launch this thing, and have Jeb survive. So that's good. We're going to build the vessel. That puts it into the construction. It's rather cheap to launch, so we have plenty of money to launch this one. Basic rocket, Mark III. Whoops, Mark II. And save and continue. Okay, so now we got this under construction. Progress 0%. That's going to take 7 months at that rate. Do we have any upgrade points? Yes. Throw one in there. Okay, very good. Is that going to be months? Good lord. Oh well, so we got that done. Go over to here, because I still actually have 2 contracts done. Okay. Recover the vessel. Now, I don't remember it taking 6 months. Maybe my settings are kind of a bad idea. We can rush build it. We got plenty of money just to rush build this thing. Oh no, those are days. Seconds, minutes, hours, days. Okay. It's like, what the heck is going on here? That's taking too long. So I just spent a lot of money for probably no reason. Warp to the completion of that. I'm going to take you, and we're going to scrap you. And we'll add those parts to our inventory. Launch pad reconditioned. And the basic launcher will be finished very shortly. It still shows basic rocket Mark I. We're going to duplicate that. Build another one. Close. Oh, come on, you're annoying me. Roll that guy out, which will take an hour according to the game, so we just warp through that. We got another one being built. Do upgrades. Nope, no upgrades available at the moment. And that's ready to launch on the pad, so fill everything, fill all, launch. Turn on SAS. We are ready to go. Now the fins should help keep this no, they not should. They will help keep this thing stable. So I can't really do anything about a gravity turn until very late because it keeps it very stable. We're going way too fast with these solid boosters, but oh well. It may not have shredded the stuff. Now we're just shattering speed records and altitude records now. And this will get into space very easily. I don't think it'll achieve orbit, but we'll definitely get into space. Tip over. Maybe if we can get into orbit, we can try. Nah, I won't do it. At least we'll land over the water. That's a bonus. Because if this thing hits land, it will break. And we can take a mystery goo observation from here, from the upper atmosphere. That'll give us some more science, as we're just really hammering on the science. I'm going to increase the altitude that this thing deploys at. Getting the distance records, getting altitude records. Jeb's quite happy. Ah, yes, we're in space. So, observe the materials bay. Keep that. Deploy. Oh, crew report. Keep data for the moment. Observe the mystery goo. We'll keep that data. Activate the communications device. Review the crew report. We're going to send that down. Since I'm using the mod that makes everything have to communicate back with Kerbal, you can only send science back when you have a direct line of sight and for communications, which we do. We can now deactivate this for now because it eats battery power up. And let's turn that on and see how things kind of go. There we go. So we'll end up landing out there. Hit that. And this, since we're not really that high and our re-entry speed will not be overly fast, this should survive. At the very least, this will survive here. And that's it. So we got a lot of stuff done. That was a lot of money we just got for completion of all these things. Escaping the atmosphere, setting distance records. That did not survive. What about the other one? Altitude record. Oh no, that destroyed too. Yeah, there's no parachutes on it. That's right. Speed record shattered. Altitude's broken. We did a lot in one go. Okay. Ooh, we've made our speed record, too. That's another 28,000. We get a lot of science from this one. Another distance record. 100 kilometers. 74 grand. Oh, we're in the atmosphere now. Re-entry should be any moment, and here's hoping that this thing doesn't break. I should be landing in water. Fingers crossed, hopefully. Maybe. Okay, so now we have re-entry. We're hitting it faster than I was anticipating. The recovery reports are coming from a... Whoa! That was not expected. The part recovery reports are coming from another mod I have that helps you with parts recovery. Get under 200 preferably. If we woggle it back and forth, we'll increase our drag, which will cause the thing to slow down faster. Deploy the parachute. There we go. We can speed this up. That deploys at about 700 now. Adds a little bit of a buffer zone, so I get to be not quite so panicked about it. And we'll land softly in the water. Which is good. There we go, soft landing in the water. I forgot to get a crew report, but we can get this one. Yay! So, we use this, the VAB, recover the active vessel. We have 68 science now. 475,000 in funds. Okay, so your max parts are supported at really badly, so we'll do that. And this will now start a construction project to close that. Where is it at? Yep, that's not it. Where does it? Tech, that gives me that. There we go. It also makes you sit to wait for a construction period for the upgrading of the buildings in the Space Center. Like that. But you can always just work to it. And I think I'll upgrade this as well. Well, let's see what contracts we have first. Ferry tourists. Visual surveys. Oh, that'll be easy. We'll grab that one for extra money. Test overflight. Well, let's test this then, too. Oh, we already have 2 contracts active. Okay. Let's see here. Reconditioning a launch pad. Recovering. Is there anything in storage? Hoping there's stuff in storage. There should be stuff in storage. Okay, we got 2 of those under construction. We got 1 of those under construction and another one being rebuilt. Let's take a look here. Test the Thumper solid fuel rocket. Oh. Okay. So that'll get me that. Let's see what parts do we have available. Part inventory. Yes, there we go, because when you scrap stuff, it goes into your inventory with the engines and so on. So what we're going to do, we're going to throw this onto there. And we're going to throw a solid rocket booster on top of that. And we're going to throw that onto there. I'm going to put this here. And once again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to add another stage. And I'm going to, on top of that, put this. And we're going to throw 2 mystery goo containers on it for balance. Not quite. There we go. Put the parachute on it. And then, from there, what do we have? How many parts does this give me? We have a lot less in the way of parts. We'll need these fins. We'll need several of these fins, really. Got that, and that. Oh yeah, the Communitron. Throw that onto here. Not in 4, but in 1. Ding. And this gives me a total delta V of 3,365. This might allow me to reach orbit. Might. We'll find out. So, we hit the launch. Build the vessel. I'm not going to bother simulating it because I know I can recover this guy safely. And we're going to leave. Cancel. Basic rocket Mark III. Save and continue. Might be able to get into orbit with it. Go back to here, go to there. Your priority's increased. It'll take 3 days to do that. Warp to that. And launch pad reconditioned yet? Launch pad reconditioned yet? Yes. It'll take 3 days to finish this sucker. Which is kind of annoying, but oh well. Making progress on the tech. So it's easy enough just to warp to everything. I could have actually done another mission with the basic rocket. Maybe I'll do that too. Could have done that in the meantime. Should have thought about that beforehand. Oops. Oh well. Oh god, which one is which? Edit. There really should be a way to rename that better, because it's not actually... Okay, so that's that. I couldn't have done a mission with this thing, because it's got no engines. Cancel the edits. This also prevents you from launching rocket after rocket after rocket, too, I suppose. VAB. Yeah, you will be scrapped, because there's nothing there. You will be rolled out. That'll take an hour. We warp 2. And we launch. Fill all.